Welcome to Changeleaders Stories, the podcast where we deep dive into the journey of seasoned professionals, uncovering the insights, experience, and wisdom that have shaped their career. Hi, I'm Roshan Kumar, founder of Change Leaders. Join us at Change Leaders Stories, where the journey to success begins with a single conversation.
Welcome to Change Leaders Consulting presents Change Leaders Story Season 2. In this season, as we already mentioned, we will be talking to seasoned L&D professionals from Learning and Development Department, and we will learn about their journey and how do they see L&D function evolving while addressing time challenges offered by business and human capital. Today, I have my guest, Gaurav Kuraria, who is AIS, leading the L&D team of AIS. And he himself is a person having a long experience in L&D. Um, Gaurav, over the years, has worked in many different industries. So, without any further ado, I would like to open the floor to Gaurav. So, hi, Gaurav, how are you?
So hi, Sai. How are you? I'm pretty fine.
Yeah.
I my aim is to help people succeed. This is why I've joined this this L&D department or L&D function,
Mm-hmm.
and I normally it gives me immense pleasure when people succeed in their life, and somewhere I find myself as a supporting pillar for them.
Oh,
So currently, I happen to be the head of L&D department for AIS,
right,
one of the SBUs of AIS, Strategic Business Units of AIS,
right.
and total experience of 18 years as of now, and 5 years I worked in the operational department. Of the last 13 years, I've been working in the L&D team.
Mm-hmm.
I have I work with the prestigious companies like Otis Elevator India Limited, then ThyssenKrupp Elevator. Currently, as I told you that I'm working with AIS,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a trainer also. So
Mm-hmm.
I conduct technical as well as behavioral trainings.
So, yeah.
And thank you very much for welcoming. For inviting me.
Yeah. The pleasure is ours because I'm sure there are many listeners out there who want to learn from seasoned professionals like you, having such a long experience. And I mean, of course, as we discussed, that experience is always better than knowledge, right? You can have bookish knowledge as much as you want, but if you sit among 10 experienced people, that will be way better, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
So for this, I would like to share a story. जो
sure,
मेरे दिल
sure.
के बहुत ज्यादा करीब है. I hope you are okay with Hindi also.
Aha,
हाँ. सो बहुत छोटी स्टोरी है. देयर वाज अ शिप जो थोड़ा खराब हो गया था,
true.
एंड द ओनर ऑफ द शिप वाज ही हैज कॉल्ड मेनी टेक्नीशियंस, मेनी इंजीनियर्स कि वो उसको ठीक करने के लिए, बट कोई
True.
भी ठीक नहीं कर पाया. देन उनमें से किसी ने बताया कि वहां पे ना पीछे एक व्यक्ति है जो उसको ठीक कर सकता है.
Okay.
देन उसको बुलाया गया. उसने आधा घंटा उसको पूरा देखा अच्छे से.
Mm-hmm.
फिर उसने एक हैमर लिया
Mm-hmm.
और 3 बार बहुत प्यार से ठक 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 करके मारा,
Mm-hmm.
एंड शिप ठीक हो गया.
Okay.
उनसे पूछा गया कि ठीक है यार, ये कैसे किया. ठीक है.
Hmm.
उसने फिर बोला कि आप बिल भेज दो अपना. उसने
Hmm.
बिल भेज दिया अपना 1 लाख रुपए का.
अच्छा.
अब वो बिल देख के वो जो ओनर था वो बड़ा हैरान हुआ कि यार 1 लाख का बिल, उसको 3 हैमर तो मारे हैं सिर्फ.
Hmm.
तो पूछा कि इसका बाइफर्केशन दो हमें,
Hmm.
कि इतना बिल कैसे बन गया आपका. तो उसने लिखा कि हैमर मारने के 1,000 रुपए
Hmm.
और 99,000 रुपए कहाँ पर मारना है उसके. तो
Okay.
एक्सपीरियंस उतना मैटर करता है.
Oh, true. So, like the way you explained this, इससे बहुत पता चलता है कि at the same time while you are trying to, if you know how to hit, and I guess you should know where to hit before you know how to hit. Like that thing you say, na, I don't remember. Ki, we used to, like my dad used to tell this to me while like when I was a kid. Ki, you should always, if you have 10 hours to cut a tree, you should spend 7 hours to sharpen your axe, right? So,
दिस वाज सेड बाय अब्राहम लिंकन.
acha, no, for me it was said by my father, so I will attribute to him. So yeah.
हाँ.
So okay, so let's moving on. Can you just tell us about your personal journey as well as your career growth? As you've said, ki you've been working in the elevator industry, and now you're working with the glass AIS with one of the biggest companies who are manufacturing glasses. You know, from whether it is for automobile industry or whether it is like they have also multiple clients, right? So in such a vast long career, can you just tell us, our viewers, in about in a few words? Well, like that's what the aim of the podcast is, right? So tell us about yourself, your personal journey.
Correct. So I commenced my professional journey as a trainee in the elevator industry. So contributing 5 years to various operational roles where I worked as a installer. I installed elevator.
Okay.
I worked as a commissioning engineer where I commissioned the high-end product of Otis at that time. I commissioned more than 70 elevator within a span of around 1.5 years.
Right.
Then I worked as a supervisor also. I worked as a service mechanic also, where I was to तेल पानी करते हैं वो सब किया था. Then in 2010, my trajectory led me to the Mumbai for a technical training program. A pivotal moment where I crossed path with Mr. PJ Vandre.
Okay.
So who was a trainer of the training program and also heading the L&D department for Otis, right? And he proved to be a significant inspiration for me.
Oh.
हम उनको वो मैं होता है डेफिनेशन होता है गुरु की, तो वो मेरे एक्चुअल गुरु हैं. एंड वी यूज्ड टू कॉल हिम इंसाइक्लोपीडिया, अ लिविंग इंसाइक्लोपीडिया. आप उनसे कुछ ही बात कीजिए, किसी भी टॉपिक की बात कीजिए, किसी भी लैंग्वेज में बात कीजिए. ही इज प्रोफिशिएंट इन मराठी, इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी, including Sanskrit also.
Oh, wow.
So under his guidance, I was introduced to the realm of L&D, and over the past 13 years, I remained devoted to this field. My experience includes roles such as regional training manager. I was a regional training manager in Otis and ThyssenKrupp Elevator, and currently I hold the position of L&D head or for one of the SBUs, strategic business units of AIS, and I take pride in being a certified trainer accredited by ThyssenKrupp Elevator. Why I'm saying that? Because ThyssenKrupp का एक बहुत global level पे उनका बहुत जो L&D जो function है, it's a very strong function.
Right.
And आप उसमें ऐसे ही नहीं बन सकते हो trainer.
Right.
You have to qualify certain criteria. So they have 4 levels.
Yeah.
Level 1, level 2. There are three levels: level 1, level 2, and level 3.
Okay.
So level 3 is for the VPs, vice presidents, or the director persons. जो उस level पे हैं.
Right.
So basic level is level 1.
Right.
So I was certified by ThyssenKrupp to level 2.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot.
So it takes around 1.5 years to get certification. That certification.
So yeah, I guess damn sure people like the young professionals who are just 1 and 3 years into 1 to 3 years in L&D, they should know this key certification makes that validates sort of your the thing you are, the profession you have, like, because I'm sure it gives you added confidence, right? That you've achieved something other than the qualifications you have. There's some additional thing you've achieved, right? I'm sure it goes a long way.
Right. So basically, why we started this part, because work etha ki the CEO of the elevator function, the global CEO, has asked 2 questions.
Okay.
Are we training right?
Yeah.
Are we training right people?
Oh.
Which means there was a big question mark on the content that we are delivering, and whether our trainers are qualified.
So totally, yeah.
So उन दोनों चीजों के लिए फिर हमने proper certification शुरू की.
Right. Of course.
हम ऐसे ही किसी को उठा के लेकर नहीं आए.
हाँ, true. Right. तो जैसे कि like you said कि initially you were not into L&D. It was your guru who led you to here. So can you share a few insights or maybe some actionable tips for these young people who are listening right now, who are watching you on YouTube? Some actionable tips, some insights to to advance their careers. जिनका अभी they are just having 1 to 5 years or 1 to 3 years in L&D. What would be your tips? हाँ, do this.
To be honest, मैं बहुत छोटा आदमी हूँ इस चीज के लिए, तो मैं टिप्स नहीं बोलूंगा. So मैं अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करता हूँ कि मैंने जो सीखा है वो मैं शेयर करता हूँ, बिकॉज आज के में सभी लोग समझदार हैं, तो उनको मालूम है उनको करना क्या है. तो
That's right.
तो 3-4 चीजें मैं शेयर करना चाहूंगा. So we are in India, right? Where we give highest regards to teacher. L&D means what? You are teaching something to others, right? तो आपको वो एक तरह से आपको वो लेवल मिल जाता है. So the difference between status and stature.
Okay.
Status तो कंपनी दे देगी आपको.
True.
We have to go towards stature.
Right.
And एक कबीर का दोहा भी आपने सुना भी होगा, गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागू पाए, गुरु बलिहारी आपनो जिन्हें गोविंद दियो बताए। कि मेरे सामने गुरु भी खड़े हैं और गुरु गोविंद जी भी खड़े हैं, तो किसके पैर पहले छूऊं?
राइट राइट
तो वो कहते हैं कि पहले पैर छुओ गुरु के, क्योंकि गुरु ने बताया कि गोविंद कौन है।
राइट राइट
तो
राइट
वो दर्जा हमको मिलता है, वी गेट दैट स्टेटस, वी गेट दैट स्टेचर, राइट?
राइट राइट
So we have to maintain that. At the same time,
totally
when we become the trainer, we
Hmm.
also need to show the attributes of Guru.
Truly, you have to.
We have exactly. So whatever we ask others to do, we should implement it on ourselves first, and then only we have the right to ask to others to follow the same path.
Totally, totally.
Right. So, for example, in suppose कि मैं क्या कहते हैं, सपोज मैं एक ट्रेनिंग दे रहा हूँ ऑन सेफ्टी, राइट, वेयर आई एम टेलिंग दी पार्टिसिपेंट्स की you need to wear a helmet whenever you
Hmm.
drive two wheeler.
Hmm.
But a helmet is a must.
Hmm.
But at the same time, they have seen me many times driving a two wheeler without the helmet.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Do you think they will follow me?
Oh, of course.
They will never follow me.
Right.
So मैं कितना ही कोशिश कर लूं, अगर मैं वो whatever I'm saying, if I'm not living those words, तो फिर कोई
Hmm.
फायदा नहीं उसका.
True. True. True.
Whatever you say, do first on yourself, and then you have the right to ask others कि यार तुम
Hmm.
भी follow करो इस चीज को.
You should
Then
preach what you practice.
exactly.
Right. You can't go on. वो मुझे like that Gandhi story that a woman comes and
हाँ
कि my son is eating jaggery बहुत ज़्यादा. So Gandhi says कि
हाँ
come next week, and then he
हाँ
tells the kid कि don't eat jaggery, and then the mom says कि last week when I came to you, you did not tell him that, and you brought him another, like asked me to come another week. So why?
हम्म.
So he was like कि last week तक I was myself eating jaggery a lot. Right. So I guess
Exactly.
you gotta learn from the idols of our of the people who build this nation. Ki haan, bhai, you have to like do what you say and say what you do at the same time. Right.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Secondly, as I always say, only those will survive in future who will be able to, learn,
Mm.
then unlearn,
Mm-hmm.
and then relearn.
Mm. Totally. Totally. Because it's changing, right? Everything is changing right now at a very
It's
fast pace.
changing. Everything is changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I have seen many people who were, who were at the peak of the career few
Mm.
years back.
Mm.
Then the technology changed.
Mm.
But they thought कि हमें कोई replace नहीं कर सकता. Nobody can replace us.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And जब मैं आज उनको देखता हूँ, वो एक कोने में है.
True.
The companies are very good कि वो उनको हटा नहीं रही.
Mm.
बिकॉज वो एक तरह से उनके लिए उनको वो एसेट मानते थे,
Mm.
बट दे हैव नॉट लर्न द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी.
Right.
जो दिग्गज थे आज कोने में बैठे हैं.
Right.
सो
Right.
यू शुड बी ऑलवेज ओपन टू unlearn the obsolete technology and ready to learn new things, and never think that you know everything, because this is the point where your growth stops.
Right. Right.
And for me, whosoever says that he knows everything, तो या तो वो खुदा है या तो वो गधा है, क्योंकि सिर्फ ईश्वर को ही सब कुछ मालूम है.
Right, right, right. Totally, totally.
In my 18 years of career, I've met many people who have
Hmm.
experience of 40 years, and
Oh.
still they say कि यार मैं भी सीख रहा हूँ.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you can learn from a newborn baby also.
Yeah. True.
It depends कि आप आपकी सीखने की इच्छा होनी चाहिए अपनी.
नहीं सही बात है, सही बात है. Like we had a guest on the show, right? So he had that this gentleman had an experience of about 40 years in L&D, right? 40 long years. And now he was saying ki now I just like I want to do something of my own. I just want to like I don't like he's not working in any organization right as of now, but he says ki matlab yaar I've seen a lot. I've seen kaise change and trends have emerged. Like we were discussing this, and somewhere we pointed out ki jaise ki right now there was a time when they might not be using PPTs, right? Right now
Right.
the PPT I should call it backbone, because you need visual learning to make the people understand ki haan, this is what it is about. I'm saying right now we're in 2024. I guess 10 years down the line you must be using holograms to tell people ki like it's a life size person standing next to you and you're showing holograms like you see in those movies like Avengers and all, right? So
हाँ.
such things are very possible, and that's what brings me to my next question. Can you share some emerging trends and technological advancements, industry challenges, or maybe predictions for future in L&D? what are your thinking? What do you think about this? कि हाँ,
Okay.
क्या ऐसा technology
So
will come and disrupt everything and right? So yeah.
So it's a very big question, a very long question also. Okay, I'll start with the emerging trends of and technological advancements.
True.
So nowadays, many things are happening. People are more attracted to the technology, and the AI can contribute a lot to this.
Okay.
जो बात करें ना hologram की बात करते हैं,
Right, right.
that is very much possible. और वो बहुत लंबा टाइम नहीं लगेगा उसमें.
Yeah.
अभी हो जाएगा कुछ टाइम शायद 4-5 साल में शायद हो जाए, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है.
Totally.
People want personalized learning.
Yeah.
Now, there are advanced learning management system, which we call it as LMS, that
Mhm.
are available already in India that allow you to learn through the e-learning modules,
Okay.
right? And that are based on your, and then once you complete those e-learning modules, based on your, interest, the
Mhm.
system will, share or will suggest related topics
Hmm.
that are available on the internet.
Totally. True.
Then adding gamification to the training programs.
Hmm.
Now, this creates interest in the audience. Nowadays, many companies are adding different types of gamifications during the modules. There are many websites already available, which gives you kind of very good experience to create pre-test, post-test, or some sort of surveys or polls. तो भी वो एक ट्रेंड है जो आने वाले टाइम में और बढ़ेगा अभी. Then augmented reality and virtual reality. AR and VR are one of the latest innovations in the Indian education sector. Around 60 to 65% of people are a visual type of learners.
True.
Right? Normally there are 3 types of learners. One is visual, then is audio, and then kinesthetic. So 60 to 65% people are visual types of learners who like to learn by looking at the things. Suppose मेरे सामने बोला है घोड़ा है, तो मुझे घोड़ा देखने की इच्छा होगी यार घोड़ा दिखता कैसा है, मैं पहली बार देखूंगा उसको, right? And AR and VR kind of technology are enhancing this learning experience. Then mobile learning. So there are people who don't have laptops. Suppose field employees,
Right.
workshop, shop floor employees, people who are working in the fields, installation teams होती हैं जो जगह जगह install करती हैं. They don't have laptops, tabs, desktops. So they also want to learn things, right? So for them, many of the learning management systems are coming up with the mobile app,
True.
where you can have the accessibility to the training modules on the go. जब मन किया फोन ऑन किया एंड ऐप है आप ओपन करिए आप उसमें सीखिए. Then coming to market disruption and challenges, एक चीज हमेशा रहती है, that is budget constraints.
अच्छा.
The
True.
organization may face challenges in allocating resources to L&D initiatives, and it also depend on the vision of the leadership team. उनका vision क्या है?
Right.
Few companies consider training as an investment which help them in getting good results, right?
Totally.
And few organizations have the L&D department just ki, oh, it's a compliance requirement, right? So it this thing affects, this kind of thought process affects the budgetary decision. अगर vision है तो they will allocate budget. अगर just compliance करना है तो फिर ठीक है जितना minimum requirement उसमें आता है. Like in AIS where I work, so L&D function is considered as an investment. Therefore, we give the same we give uh, the same importance to L&D as to the other operations
Right.
departments.
Right.
So we invest heavily in the L&D. Like we have multiple training centers. We
Oh.
call them as dojo centers.
Sweet.
It's a Japanese term.
Yeah, I know.
So dojo means
Yeah.
a
And you
place
can
to learn.
explain to the viewers. Yeah. What is
So dojo center is a Japanese term. So dojo means a place to learn.
Yeah.
एंड वो सिंपल से ऐसा नहीं होता कि आपने सिंपल से एक स्पेस दे दिया है उसमें वाकई और एक रूम बना दिया. वी वी आर ट्राइंग, वी in almost all the dojo centers or the training centers, we have made them in such a way कि आपको जो कुछ सीखना है, आप एक बार डोजो सेंटर में एंटर हुए हो, तभी आप 2-3 दिन बाद बाहर निकलते हो उस डोजो सेंटर से, you are able to work on your workstations directly. So उस तरह से कि अगर आप जा रहे हो तो आप अनाड़ी आए थे. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द फ्रेशर्स.
राइट.
आप उस टाइम आपको इतना मालूम नहीं था. अभी आप जब बाहर निकल रहे हो 2 दिन 3 दिन 4 दिन बाद एज पर करिकुलम, तो आप इस तरह से निकल रहे हो कि आप अपने वर्कस्टेशंस पे बिना किसी की हेल्प पे काम कर सकते हो. नेक्स्ट चैलेंज इज द मेजरिंग द इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ L&D. Organization always ask for that, कि what is the ROI? We invested so much, what is the ROI? Which is very which is very difficult to evaluate. We cannot say that organization is growing just because the team is doing good training, or nobody can claim that part, because there are a lot of factors which affect the growth of an organization or the individual. But there are different types of theory which are available in the market that helps in measuring the effectiveness of the L&D. Like I always follow that Donald Kirkpatrick model, evaluation model. Donald Kirkpatrick evaluation model. So which has 4 steps: reaction, learning, behavior, and result. So first is whenever you conduct a training program, take a feedback instantly, which will give you an insight how the training program.
Right.
And second is taking the pre-test and post-test. This is second level, where take the pre-test before the training program, then you take a post-test after training program, and then you evaluate whether this guy has learned or not.
Right.
तो आपको difference महसूस होगा आपको, right? So this is second level. Around 90% of the companies follow these 2 rules, two steps only. Then third is a bit difficult. That is the behavior, where you try to analyze whether this guy is applying his knowledge or not. Then you take the feedback of that employee from his peers, from his supervisors. So third level hai, which around 30-40% of the companies are able to do that. Fourth one is the most toughest one, that is the result.
Okay.
Where you try to analyze how much L&D has contributed to the in achieving the goals of the organization. Where by checking whether how much profit we have received, or how much profit we have got, whether the productivity has increased or not, whether the targets have been achieved or not. Suppose हम लोग ये टारगेट हमारा था, अभी हम लोग इतना अचीव कर लिया, तो उसमें कहीं ना कहीं कंट्रीब्यूशन L&D का भी है, बट डिफरेंट मीन्स ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर्स और वो डेटा वो सब उसमें चलता है.
Totally.
Then you ask about opportunities.
Yeah.
So now more and more organizations are understanding the importance of L&D and are doing investment, which is resulting in more and more job and opportunities.
As they should.
And I'm sure, yeah. And in future, L&D will play a very crucial role in creating a skilled workforce and indirectly helping organizations to achieve their goals.
True. Yeah. I mean, somewhere I believe, not to sound controversial, but I guess somewhere our education system focuses very less on skill learning, right? And
Exactly.
I guess that's why the L&D department becomes very important, because even after you complete your schooling, you go to your graduation, you do post graduation, very less number of skills are added as in your CV, right? Our education system needs to work on this thing, right? And jab tak they're not working on it, tab tak I guess ki L&D people will have a long way to go and lots of work to do on the human capital they're bringing to the company, right? I mean, what are your opinions?
So adding to what you said, I completely agree with that part. एक मैं आर्टिकल कहीं पढ़ रहा था, where why China has succeeded so much. So उसमें क्या था कि मे बी उनका जो गवर्नमेंट है, जिस तरह से वो लोग काम करते हैं उस तरह से हो सकता है. हमारे यहाँ डेमोक्रेसी है तो हम लोग सबको मौका देते हैं बोलने.
Right.
वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है.
Right.
सो व्हेन आई थिंक 90s से शायद कुछ टाइम पहले से ही थोड़ा सा उनका वो शुरू हुआ है. अदरवाइज वो उतना वहाँ पे सब कुछ था नहीं, उतना जीडीपी तो उतना उनका ग्रोथ था नहीं उनका.
Right.
नाउ दे आर फार अहेड ऑफ अस.
Right.
सो वहाँ पे क्या कि उन्होंने एक चीज समझी कि अगर हमको ग्रो करना है तो वी हैव टू बी द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब फॉर द ग्लोब.
True.
राइट. सो उन्होंने इंडस्ट्री वांटेड स्किल्ड मैन पावर. सो उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने जो इंस्टीट्यूट्स बनाए उसमें ऐसा नहीं था कि इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ एवरीथिंग. दे आर मेकिंग जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स. उन्होंने हमको जैक ऑफ ऑल ट्रेड्स नहीं चाहिए.
Right.
वी वांट मास्टर ऑफ वन. तो उन्होंने इंस्टीट्यूट ऐसे खोले कि ठीक है, एक इंडस्ट्री आ रही है उसको कारपेंटर चाहिए, तो सारे लोगों को बोला कि आप कारपेंटर सीखो.
Right.
देन दूसरी इंडस्ट्री को कुछ और चाहिए था, उन्होंने बोला ठीक है आप एक काम करो, आप सारा मशीनरी सीखो. तो वहाँ पे एकदम से आप जा रहे हो तो आप एक फील्ड में स्किल्ड होकर निकल रहे हो.
True.
And this is what the organization required at that point of time. And this worked for the China also.
I completely agree with that. Now, as we are saying, L&D is very much, I would say, as you said, the very backbone of the industry, right? Like for any industry, and especially your organization must be, like I'm sure they must be doing trainings and multiple trainings and all. So it must have been it must get very hectic for you after a point of time. So, I just want the the viewers, the listeners to know कि how do you manage the work life thing, like ऐसा 8 घंटे ट्रेनिंग चल रहा है, उसके बाद you come home and then you're like कि बस, so like how do you maintain that, like the family life, the personal life, the professional life, how do you balance that out?
See, इसमें एक चीज बहुत जरूरी है, that is, if you love your job, then वो दिक्कत आपको नहीं आएगी. If you love what you do,
Right.
you won't face this issue.
Right.
So maintaining work-life balance nowadays, it's very challenging.
True.
Like, but I follow very simple steps. So मेरे मैंने बहुत क्लियर कि मुझे करना क्या है. So I have made few rules for myself. I have defined my work hours.
Okay.
So and the same I have done for my team also. I normally avoid to stay for longer hours in office.
Okay.
And I never encourage my team to stay for long hours also. For me, 8 hours are enough to complete your day-to-day task.
True.
But in those 8 hours, I'm dedicated to my work and prefer not to waste my time by taking short breaks. होता है ठीक है यार, चलो 10 मिनट के लिए थोड़ा घूम के आते हैं, फिर थोड़ा तो 11 बजे बाहर जा रहे हैं, फिर वो लंच टाइम हो रहा है तो उसमें थोड़ा बाहर जा रहे हैं, फिर शाम को फिर दोबारा बाहर जा रहे हैं. I normally avoid using taking those short breaks.
Right.
And then I utilize my effective time management techniques to maximize the productivity and minimize stress. So I divide my daily task into 4 quadrants. That is, urgent and important, urgent but not important, not urgent but important, and then not urgent, not important. तो जब भी आप उसमें अपने टास्क को 4 क्वाड्रेंट में डिवाइड करोगे, आपका काम बहुत इजी हो जाएगा. किस पे फोकस करना है, कहाँ प्रायोरिटी देनी है, you'll be able to do that. And then I do regular exercise also. So we have a gym in our office.
Oh.
And I make full use of it. We have table tennis, so we have chess, बहुत कुछ है.
Okay, that's great.
So this helps me to reduce my stress and stay positive. Then we always organize employee engagement activities on weekly basis.
Oh, okay.
So we call it as Fun Do Friday.
अच्छा.
Normally we do it on Saturday, but ठीक है. So spending for me and my boss, we both have the same thought process.
Right.
So we are likewise. So spending 2 hours a week and not doing any kind of works is okay for us. Right.
Right.
So this helps to build the employee relationship and also recharges them to work more efficiently.
ऐसे कोई L&D स्ट्रैटेजी हो जो आप लोगों को प्रीच करते हो कि हाँ, एम्प्लॉयज को डेवलपमेंट करने के लिए करना चाहिए, जो शायद कोई कंपनी का, जैसे आई एम श्योर अपने व्यूअर्स में कोई ना कोई कंपनी के L&D हेड भी होंगे, भले ही अभी जैसे मैंने कहा कि छोटे लेवल के हैं, बट कुछ बड़े लेवल के लोग भी सुन रहे होंगे. व्हाट इज योर आइडिया कि एम्प्लॉय डेवलपमेंट के लिए लाइक क्या रहेगा आपका L&D स्ट्रैटेजी, गो टू L&D स्ट्रैटेजी?
See, one thing is must for all the L&D professionals to while making strategies nowadays, then one stick fits all solution जो है वो नहीं चलता आज के डेट में. You need to customize.
Right.
For me, just a PPT is just a supporting thing for the trainer.
Right.
It's not for the participants.
Right.
वो सिर्फ आपको ये बताने के लिए है कि इस स्टेप के बाद में क्या स्टेप आने में,
Right.
या इस कंटेंट में क्या, इस टॉपिक में क्या टॉपिक आने वाला है, आपको क्या बोलना है, उस पर वो आपको देना पड़ेगा. तो यू शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू कंडक्ट अ ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम. सो मेरे जो गुरु है वो हमेशा बोला करते थे कि जब भी आप ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम करने जा रहे हो, तो अगर आपको चूहा मारना है तो आप तैयारी करो शेर मारने की. अगर आपकी तैयारी शेर मारने की है तो चूहा तो पक्का मरेगा ही. सेकेंडली, जो चीज मेन अभी मैं समझता हूँ, दैट इज कनेक्टिंग विद द पीपल, नेटवर्किंग.
Right. Networking. Yeah.
Networking is the main thing. Networking provides avenues for the L&D professional to connect with the peers, industry experts, professionals, diverse background, where you learn new things. Always always be open to learn the new technology जो मार्केट में भी आ रही है, सब कर सकते हो. Building national helps you within the outside the organization to open the door to collaboration. Right. So this helps you to to take your initiatives very easily. जैसे मेरा एक सिंपल स्ट्रैटेजी है. सपोज मुझे कहीं पे रेजिस्टेंस अगर फेस हो रहा है, तो मैं जिस व्यक्ति से मुझे रेजिस्टेंस फेस हो रहा है, मैं उसके बॉस से दोस्ती कर लेता हूँ.
Perfect.
सिंपल.
Right.
मुझे अगर कोई काम मेरा कहीं अटक रहा है, मैं कुछ नहीं
Right.
करूंगा, मैं उसके बॉस से दोस्ती कर लूंगा, और फिर
Hmm.
उससे बड़े प्यार से अपना जो इनिशिएशन है, जो मेरा इनिशिएटिव है, उससे डिस्कस करूंगा, उसको कॉन्फिडेंस मिलूंगा, एंड देन आई विल सिंपली इम्प्लीमेंट इट.
Bang on, true.
नाउ ही विल नॉट हैव अ सेकंड ओपिनियन कि भैया बॉस ने बोला अब करना पड़ेगा. बॉस इज कन्विंस, अब करना पड़ेगा.
That's great. That's great. So before we end the today's session, I would like you to ask two quick questions. Okay, like
Yeah.
two quick questions. First of all, I'm sure many of the viewers would want to know, are you hiring? Are you hiring interns? How do you like interns slash freshers? Do you hire them, and how do you go about it?
So yeah, we prefer to hire freshers,
Okay.
not as an intern. We
Yeah.
use this internship concept, but वो अभी तो ना चलानी. But yeah, but we prefer to hire freshers in
Right.
many fields.
Okay.
We're coming up with new plant in Bangalore,
Right.
so we'll be needing many manpowers.
Right.
We'll be focusing on freshers.
So means our listeners should get in touch with you on LinkedIn and
Yeah, they
for
can.
more updates, right?
Yeah, they can.
So guys, that was Gaurav Kuraria. He leads the L&D department for AIS, and you can follow him on LinkedIn. We'll be dropping all the social media handles for Change Leaders Consulting as well as Gaurav in the description box below. So watch out this space for more episodes, and thank you so much, Gaurav, for joining us.
Thank you, Sai.
Thank you for joining us on Changeleaders Stories. Share your thoughts, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. Till next time, keep learning, keep bringing the change. This is Roshan Rawat signing off.